Sex therapist Gail Wyatt and her husband, Dr. Lewis Wyatt. They are co-authors of No More Clueless Sex, and they're telling us what's standing in the way of you and great sex. Oh, doctors, it's so nice to have you guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to be here.
What are the three things you're saying? Just simple things. Get you better in bed.
Number one, say what you think. It's really important that you not overcommit, but you also are clear about what you want to say to someone, and it can just really be how much you care and what a great person they are. Sex is a dance. How does it work for you so that you end up not with a disastrous outcome, but actually with a friend? Because you know the best partners in sex are your friends. People that you enjoy, you have a lot in common to share, you know how to laugh, you know how to have fun before you even touch each other. That's the best dance, and that's the best sex. Well, my name is Gail Elizabeth Wyatt. I am the third generation of Elizabeths in a family, very conservative religious family. I am the first African-American woman to be licensed as a psychologist in the state of California. I think that another reason that really interested me in following my dream to become a sex therapist and researcher is because I truly believe that God made heaven and earth and us, and that we need to know more. We need to make decisions about ourselves that are informed. And there really isn't any religion that says you're not supposed to know anything. I'm a professor of psychiatry and medical psychology at UCLA. I've published hundreds of journal publications, and I've written 6 books. What I'd like to share is information that I've learned from my own research and that I can share with you that's based not just on a few, but on thousands of people. One of the reasons that I created this series is so that men and women can educate themselves in the privacy of their own homes. If you decide that this person is a good sexual partner, what are you basing that decision on? This series will help you to make decisions based on a formula, actual steps that you need to go through so that you're going to make decisions that are the right ones for you. Once you know about sex, you realize how much we really have heard that has nothing to do with sex at all. It is hyped and pumped up to be the greatest experience in the world, and it definitely can be, but there's so many myths, there's so much misinformation, so many stereotypes. What I'd like to do in this series is to clear away the myths and the stereotypes for men, for women, so that we really know what sex really is. It's a terrific experience, but I bet you it's not all that you think it is. Men are placed under a lot of pressure to be sexperts. Men need to understand what it's like when their bodies won't work. For instance, they may not be able to have an erection all the time. What does that mean? Does that mean that they're a failure? No, it may mean that they are not aroused by that partner. It may mean that they're not healthy. It may mean that they have a cardiac problem, a health problem that they need to look into before they can just expect themselves to perform sexually. So it's a lot more involved than people may think, and I think that men deserve the information just like women do. 95% of women fake an orgasm. So if you think you know that you are a great lover, how would you know? Most women don't really understand a male body, and so they don't understand how to help it to work. Sometimes women can create pressure on their own partners, and so women need to understand that men are very performance-ridden, and for them to expect for them to be able to perform like a machine is simply making matters worse. We need for everyone to have a more realistic picture of what sex, sexuality, and health is like. And I think when you know, then you are creating an environment for yourself where you're bound to be happier as an individual and happier in a relationship. You know, culture is a way of shaping a person's knowledge and beliefs about any particular topic. And when it comes to sex, both ethnicity, the group that you identify with, and culture the information that you've gained from your parents and they from their parents, information that's passed along from generation to generation, can shape what you think and what you do today. In my practice, I see a lot of men who become addicted to porn sites, and they are being brought in by their partners because the partners are really upset that their male fiancés, husbands, lovers are now addicted to watching other women, not them. Using pornography, using any kind of movie as a role model, or any character, anyone other than you as a role model, is a distortion of who you could be. So that I think that in this series, what we want to do is to promote what's healthy, not what's unreal, not what's bizarre, not what someone else is doing. It's what you ought to be doing. One of the things that I think is important for people who've been in relationships a long time to realize is that that relationship can get very old and stale. We call it recipe sex. It's like a recipe relationship. You know everything your partner is going to say or do. You know sexually everything that's going to happen. You can just close your eyes and go through the motions. When you're in that state, you know that things need to change. What is happening in that relationship? What are some of the high-risk warnings that people need to look out for so that they know their relationship is in trouble? And then what do you do about those things? This series will help to identify trouble, red flags, and then what to do to bring the relationship back to where you really want to be in it again. This is not a part of everyone's education, not even as a health professional. Some individuals, even though they've been educated, aren't very comfortable in talking about sex. This is what I help parents with. And many times, if their children are asking questions, or their adolescents are asking questions, and they really don't know what to say except what not to do, that what they can do is to look at the series with them, and then they can begin to have a dialogue about some of the things, perhaps, that other individuals may want to learn. And so you don't have to be an expert in everything, but you can at least reinforce to individuals, to your partner, to your family members, to children, this is important information for you to have. I'm not the one who knows everything, but I'm the one who thinks it's important enough for you to know. Healthy relationships, healthy sexuality is an art. It is a process that you must go through, and you must go through it over and over to learn who you are and to feel comfortable in your own skin. I am the granddaughter of a man who I saw preach every Sunday. Religion is very much a part of my life, and it's part of the life of my family. But in my growth as a professional and my ability and comfort in talking about sex and relationships, I think my family is stronger. We believe in God. We also believe in health and in life, and it's important that you don't have one without the other. Doesn't matter about your religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs or denomination, doesn't matter whether you're single or married, doesn't matter about age or gender. This is a topic that everyone should be discussing. The series is meant for people who have particular beliefs, and those beliefs are respected and honored. If you go through this journey with me, I think you'll find that there's a lot that you'll learn, but you'll also realize that just like any art, it's not perfect. You won't get it the first time, but you'll get better. And the better you are, the happier you'll be. No matter who you are, what you believe in, and what you do, I invite you to come to my website. That's www.askdrwyatt. That's DOCTORWYATT.com. Get more information and learn more about yourself. You can be a more healthy you. Thank you so much.